I'm Valerie Victor here live with Hip Hop Weekly All Access at the Times Square Marriott Marquis, and we're here with music legend Musiq Soulchild. Hi, Musiq.
Thank you. That was a tongue twister there.
Tongue twister, but did I did okay though, right?
Music legend, music there. Thank you. It's an honor. I appreciate it.
So, I mean, obviously, you've worked with several people, and let's just talk about, the growth, like where you are today. So let's talk about now your recent project. What's your project called?
It's called Life on Earth, and I just released the first single off of that album called I Do. But if you pre-order it, you can get two other songs, to check out two other songs before the release. And the other songs are Hard Away, a song called Hard Away, and Alive and Well.
Okay. And so I know you said pre-order it. It'll be officially able for people to, receive
15th.
April 15th.
April 15th.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so I saw the visual for your project, and it was like denim, but there was a heart and it was broken. Can you just talk to me about the idea behind the visual and just the concept?
The reason why it's a heart is because I left out the part of the title of the album. It's Life on Earth, but it's Life on Earth in Love, or Life on Earth in Dealing with Love. So I indirectly kind of like put the heart thing, and that's why the globe is in the shape of a heart.
Yeah, because if you look in the denim, the darker patterns of the denim are actually making the continents. Yeah.
Now the rip in the middle is saying that, and if you notice, it's not just a rip; it's also stitched up.
It is. It's sewn together
to let you know, like sometimes you're gonna get your heart broken, but just find a way to stitch yourself back up and try again. Because as long as you're alive, there's always an opportunity at a better love life, and that's what the denim was for. Just letting y'all know, like, from now on is all denim all day, because it's something that everybody can identify with, and I feel like that best represents the kind of music that I want to make, music that everyone can identify with.
Oh, that's such a beautiful message.
Okay. I'm glad you dig it.
I mean, I do dig it, but again, I could be a little biased because I'm really a big on R&B. I mean, I grew up listening to you, Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, things like that. Nonetheless, let's focus back on you.
I'll tell anybody every day, any day, where I get my stuff from.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. Where did you get your inspiration for making the type of music that you make?
Musically, I get a lot of my inspiration from people like Donny Hathaway, Stevie Wonder, Marvin Gaye, just to name a few. There's a whole lot of other ones. It's an entire list of pretty much everybody. But those are the ones that really stick out for me because I didn't go to school for music. So that was my way of learning.
Wow.
I learned how to be a better songwriter. I learned how to be a better producer. Just a better overall appreciator, or learn to appreciate music in a very, very real way. Not just to be cute and get bread off of, like, how to affect people's lives. What role am I playing in not just music culture, but human culture? Like, what am I doing to affect a positive to have a positive effect on the culture of humanity through what I was blessed with, which is music, and the love for the arts. So there was just a personal need for whatever it was that I was doing to mean more than just something to just get attention off of,
Right. And so just to be clear, you're saying that, you use your platform to have more of an influence. It's not just about the numbers or the radio play or the money for you. It's deeper. Is that where maybe the inspiration for your name came from?
Yeah, I just wanted, first of all, the name is kind of like a two-part thing. Music was a name that I kind of sort of adopted from being who I was in Philly, beatboxing for MCs and singing around town.
Oh, you used to beatbox too?
A little bit. I'm beatboxing on the very first song I ever put out.
Okay.
Yeah, Just Friends, So that's just something that I used to always do. And that was my way of identifying with women that feel like dudes only try to holler at them because of whatever. So there is a way to connect and understand what other people are dealing with. You probably just got to associate it with something that you connect with more, but the principle is the same. So that's when I figured that out. I was like, oh, so I could pretty much talk about anything, and people were like, well, you never been married. How can you talk about marriage life? Because it doesn't matter whether I've been married or not. I know what it's like to really be willing to be down for somebody
and to genuinely
love them under no conditions, like, not under any condition. So you just never know who you're talking to or dealing with, and that's where a lot of my music comes from. Whatever I didn't experience myself, I made sure that I gather enough information and try to identify with it as much as I possibly can without going through it, because the information is still the same.
with this particular project, is there one particular thing that you want every listener to get out of it, or just one type of influence you want to have on them, or just to the lovers out there that are going to listen to your music?
It's always the same. It's always the
Okay.
same. It's just different variations of the message of love.
All right.
But not just romantic love. And I think that's where people get it confused. And that's why I say I don't think it's fair to call what I do just R&B music, because R&B music focuses more so on romantic love.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And to that I say I do make R&B music. Don't get me wrong. I do acknowledge and accept that Musiq Soulchild, as Musiq Soulchild, I make R&B music.
Right.
However, that's not all I make.
Right.
You know, it's like being an athlete. You are all around athlete, but they just say, "Are you a great basketball player?" Like, no, I don't just play basketball.
Yeah.
I am an athlete. I'm not a basketball player. Yes, I do play basketball, but I also play other sports.
Right. You just
as
so
well.
happen to know me for playing basketball, but there's a lot more that you can find from me. Absolutely.
There you go.
I get it.
You know what I'm saying? So people don't want to accept it because they just want to force me into this category. And I'm not going to argue with you. If that's how you want to identify with me, fine. Because it's not untrue. It's just not accurate.
What is your favorite song on the project? What do you think has one of the most powerful messages for your listeners on your new album?
I think they all equally in their own way do that, because, you know, that's why all of the songs were picked, and that's not no, you know, canned answer. That's the truth, because I've been working on this album for like past 3 years. Actually, some of the songs are way older than that, you know, but I wasn't working on this album. It was just songs that I was doing, and I definitely re-recorded them because I didn't want it to sound how old they were. But there's one song on it that I didn't write it. It was written by Warren Campbell, who also produced every record on the project.
Oh, because I was going to say, you mentioned earlier that you produced. I was going to ask if you did some production.
I mean, I did my part in it here and there, but ultimately, I got to give it to him, because all of these songs, they were, you know, pretty much out of his mind. I just came through with the assist and tweaked some things to kind of me it a little bit, but ultimately, you know, the project was produced by him. But this one song, he actually presented it to me a while back, and even when he presented it to me, he's like, this song is old anyway by itself. So I can't even really tell. That song might be probably like 12, 15 years old.
Wow.
But when he presented it to me, I was like, I agree with that so much. And what the song that I'm talking about is a song called Alive and Well.
Okay.
And I feel like that message is so important, because what it's saying is, if you are who you are, be happy.
Yeah.
Don't be mad because you're not what you think you want to be or what you see somebody else is.
Yeah.
It's like a fish being mad that it can't fly, so it hates itself. Like, that's stupid. As long as you have your health and you ain't hurting nobody, like, be happy with that. If you want to do better, then do better. But don't let the pursuit of you trying to be better than what you are or who you are, where you are, to lead you to not appreciate who you are, where you are, what you are right now. Yeah.
What you do is definitely courageous. Artistry in itself, it takes a lot of courage.
And that's why I'm not justifying it. I'm not saying that it's right. I'm not saying it's okay.
Right.
I'm not condoning it. It's just that I can understand why some artists, they turn up.
Right.
Because not everyone has the wherewithal to be like, they don't know, let me just go ahead and give them a pass and chill. Like, what? Like, yeah, it's very serious for some people. And then you have others that are like, man, F all of this, I don't need this. And then they just disappear. And they go do something else.
Right.
And you be like, whatever happened to so-and-so? Like, man, they over it. They beyond over it. And you can't pay them to come back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because some things are just not worth it to some people. But for me, I feel like I was blessed with the ability to, to tough it out. So I do it for people who just ain't got that kind of time. And the ill thing about it is, more and more, I'm starting not to have that kind of time.
Back to Life on Earth, just briefly. How is this project maybe different from all the other works that you've done? Because you've done a plethora of work.
Right. My mission is still the same. I want to kind of make the world a better place. I definitely want to make the world a better place. I just happen to, do it one song at a time.
Okay. And I think that's a powerful message in itself.
Yeah.
And so with that being said, we just want to make sure all of our viewers and listeners know to make sure that they pre-order your
Pre-order it
album.
right now, and you get to check out 3 songs, 3 whole songs,
Three
not
exclusive
snippets.
songs.
3 whole songs by when you pre-order right now. But when you buy the album, you get to obviously get all the other songs, and I have 2 bonus tracks on it as well.
Okay.
And this is on iTunes. It's called Life on Earth. It's gonna come out officially April 15th. But again, like I said, you can pre-order right now and get to check out the single "I Do" and the 2 other songs, "Hardaway" and "Life on" "Alive and Well."
Okay.
No, because there's a song called "Life on Earth" on
Okay.
the album too. So.
And so, are there going to be any places in closing that you're going to be performing live, or just a couple of promotional little tours and things?
Yeah.
So let people know where they can come watch you.
I'm the wrong person to ask that because I don't never know my stuff like
okay,
that.
that's fine.
But I got my people telling me like this one, I just show up.
Don't worry, I'll make sure I get that and
Cool,
put it
yeah.
in the article.
But,
Don't worry about it.
Right.
We'll
But
edit
you
that
can check out my social. It's at Musiq Soulchild. And as of right now, it's on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
Okay.
They're trying to get me into Snapchat and
You
Periscope and all of that.
You gotta get into Snap. You have a Snap already?
No.
Oh, you gotta make a Snap. It's so much fun.
I have
It's
a Periscope.
addictive.
I have a Periscope
Okay.
too. But lately, I kind of been letting my people run it because folks out here is crazy, man.
Okay, no problem. So
And I
with that
don't,
being said,
after a while, I ain't gonna have no chill, man. Like, y'all need to watch y'all mouth, man. Y'all got love, I appreciate it, but you ain't gotta go out of your way to be an idiot. Like, come on, man. Like, let's try to keep this cool.
so with that being said, let's make sure we show Musiq Soulchild a little love.
Yeah.
Okay, make sure we support him. Pre-order the album
Yeah.
on April 15th. You can get the full version.
Right.
But until then, make sure you follow Musiq Soulchild on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Yeah. See, she's trying to.
I'm trying to force him into
force
Snap.
me into snapping.
And his Periscope as well.
Yeah, I will snap on you. What? I don't know.
Okay.
I'm tired.
All right. So you're tuned into Hip Hop Weekly All Access
Yeah.
here with the one and only Musiq Soulchild, and I'm Valerie Victor. Thank you.